Hi guys, and welcome to the final part of Sonic the Hedgehog 2, where we're in the secret zone, Crystal Egg. It's full of crystal ice traps, ready to snatch Sonic and make him turn back. Thankfully, we've got a load of rings and lives, so I don't think that we'll be stopped for long. We've even got flying fish. Reminds me of the flying fish that you use in, well, the one that you take the eye out of in the Book of Unwritten Tales. Speaking of which, if you want to watch my playthrough of Book of Unwritten Tales, it's now on YouTube. I've just completed the second chapter, and now we've got through the end of the first level. That was fairly quick. Use the old technique of spike then ring, but then again, who doesn't? And now we're into the second level, nearly halfway through Crystal Egg. In terms of beauty, this level definitely is up there with one of the most on the Master System, because the way that the graphics seem to blend together is something clean. I don't even know how to describe it. I mean, the graphical style of Sonic Chaos and Sonic Triple Trouble aren't my favourite, but they are definitely unique, don't get me wrong, but they're just not my favourite, if you know what I mean. They're almost trying too hard to be the best, whereas Sonic 2, the graphic style was perfect. Well, not perfect, truly perfect, but perfect for the gameplay style. Like, it didn't need to go any further if it didn't have to. They did, of course, because, well, sometimes you just have to go with the natural flow of evolution. That's what I like about retro games these days. They take retro style, they take the best bits, what worked as the industry grew, and they make them into new games with the same... Oh, no. Well, that's one of the things that I don't miss about retro games, even though they are very good for sort of gauging difficulty. Unescapable traps, not quite as bad as the one in Mystic Cave in Sonic 2 for the Mega Drive, but still a bastard, if you get what I mean. But, regardless, if you're on Steam or you live in America, you can pick up Shovel Knight at the moment. Hopefully it should be certified for America, well, for Europe, very soon, because I bought it on a whim on Steam and it is an absolutely amazing game. It takes the best parts of Mario, Sonic, all the best 2D platformers of the time, ramps up the difficulty. I mean, I spent 40 minutes on one boss, and that wasn't because the boss was badly designed, it was because I wasn't good enough at the game to understand how the mechanics worked. And if you can do that in a video game and still manage to keep the charm and everything as you go through, I think you've done a really good job, and they really have. It's just... The NES soundtrack is just amazing. They actually put it through a real real NES sound chip, so you can hear just pure 8-bit goodness. And the fact that the player uses a sword, a shield, a spade instead of a sword. I know that it was meant to be a gimmick, but it works really well, especially when you're doing the sort of the downward attack that was made popular in DuckTales. When you do that and you get it right, it just feels so good. Right, and we're through the second level. A bit more difficult than the first one, but... And now we're on to the final boss of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Master System. The funny thing is, if you use the level select code to get to this level and then you don't collect the emeralds, what you actually get at the end is came out too early. Not a problem I've ever had, but there you go. Right, and if you get to the credits without the Chaos Emeralds, then it's just Sonic on his own. But if you manage to get both, if you manage to get to the end with all the Chaos Emeralds, then it'll be Sonic and Tails together. That's probably an inspiration, well, not an inspiration. Note to self, don't do more than one attack in the same cycle. But it's probably inspiration to get it so you want to have Tails in the end sequence. Even if you... I am so not doing well at this today. But the good thing is that you can... that even if you don't collect all the Chaos Emeralds and you rescue Tails through the level select in this level, he will still count as being saved. You'll still rescue him, but he just won't appear in the credit sequence. That sounded a lot better in my head than I actually said it, so if it does sound garbled, I do apologise. Sometimes it takes a little longer for all the attacks to actually pass over, and even though you don't get the lightning bolts, sometimes you do get little crackles of lightning on the bottom. You'll see what I mean when I actually get to it. So you've got to be really careful when you actually fire out the pipes here. I wonder how much more difficult this level would have been if the pipes weren't there, or they limited the number of exits that you could get to. But I'm seriously thinking about doing Sonic Chaos as another playthrough, but I never completed all the special stages when I was growing up, so I might have to do a bit of practice before I do that one. I'm seriously considering doing a playthrough of one of my favourite adventure games of all time. I know I'm doing quite a few adventure games at the moment, but that's just... it's one of my favourite genres, so... I'm seriously considering doing a playthrough of Simon the Sorcerer that I mentioned before, because those games just make me crack up so much. Just the combination of British humour and all the parodies of the fantasy genre just make me so... well, they make me laugh so much. Admittedly, I like the second one better than the first, but the first has a charm of its own that you can't really find anywhere else. And the fact that Simon in the first one is voiced by Chris Barry, aka Rimmer from Red Dwarf. And we beat Robotnik. It's admittedly a lot easier than the first final boss in, well, the final boss in Sonic the Hedgehog 1. And here, Robotnik... if you didn't know that Robotnik is doing teleports, you might think he's actually committing suicide here. But, and Tails has been returned to us. I'm not quite sure why Robotnik has been so generous, or maybe the warp that he went through suddenly caused a reversal to send Tails back to us, but never mind. Sonic's saying, come on, hurry it up. Alright, Sonic. So now we've beaten the game. Hooray, well done us. And now you can see Sonic and Tails running all across South Island for what seems like forever. Cast Sonic. That's it? You're not even going to say Tails as well? Oh well. I'm just going to leave the credits to run, so, but then I might talk occasionally, but... Again, they're talking with their code names rather than their real names. I love the fact that they're switching the sky style in this as well. All the different tints. Cool, they must have been running a long time. If that was me running along that track, I would be so full of asthma attacks right now. It'd be unreal. Obviously someone's been painting the roses red, by the looks of this, or someone spilled a jelly down here. I don't think you're ready for this jelly. But anyway, just the different art styles are going through. This is one of my favourite ones. It reminds me of one of the hacks that I used to play, Sonic 1 Pixel Perfect. The original level in that had an act that looked very much like that style. Now we're getting into the night time. The Haze. I wonder who the Haze actually was. Thomas Y. I think that might be Thomas Yuda. I'm not sure if it is Yuda, but he did. If it is him, then he did a lot of the music for the Mega Drive versions as well. Hitmen. Sega had Hitmen. Aspect. I remember seeing Aspect's name before. He's quite popular. And me. Oh, thank you very much. Well, of course. I love the fact that when you're thanked in a game like this, it makes you feel special. And now they're looking up at the sky. And guess who's in the sky? Sonic and Tails. If you get the regular ending, it'll just be Tails. But if you get the good ending, like I've got, you'll get Sonic as well. Thank you for watching this playthrough, guys. Keep an eye out for me when I do new playthroughs. This is eMPlay, signing out.